half an hour of the show last week. It was so classic. I made one day near the end of the year, maybe for the year-end show, I'll get the clips from this and make it into a montage. It was insane last week. We were just screaming and yelling about so many problems in the business. From, like, Daniel Bryan to Becky Lynch to, like, there's so many things we were venting about last week. To Shawn Michaels, which we'll get into in a minute. And we were going crazy last week. So if you want to hear me and Dad just venting and ranting, go back to last week's show. That was fun. And most of it surrounded it. Really, last week was just supposed to be a preview of Super Showdown. But every time he mentioned something, we go off on a tangent. And that was last week's show. It was meant to be... It was meant to be a half-hour show. It was not meant to go over an hour. It really wasn't meant to. We planned to do the show. It was to the point where I had to scramble, save the show, and run pick CJ up from school. Like, that's how late we were running because we were renting so much.
Oh, poor CJ.
He didn't pick up till 4 o'clock. Anyway. Today I got to pick him up early, but it's conferences today, so I got to pick him up early today.
Oh.
Anyway, Super Showdown. What were your thoughts on Super Showdown as a whole, as a show, Sal?
I thought it was really good, except for the end.
Okay, we'll get there.
I do agree with what you were saying, how it definitely didn't have that, Saudi Arabia show feel.
True. That's very true.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it was a good show. I did enjoy it. I didn't expect it to be such a long show. I don't know if you realize, but I waited until 7 o'clock-ish on Sunday to watch it.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? Let's just pretend it's live, going on live. I'll get some snacks or whatever.
Makes sense.
I'll do what I need to do during the day. And then when I started it, it said it was almost exactly 4 hours. I'm like, oh my god! But it really didn't feel like a chore, except for the end.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
No, I enjoyed it. I thought
it was a good show. I guess because they hyped it up as just like, oh my god, it's going to be an amazing show. Like, it's a glorified house show, people. At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's a glorified house show. It's like Ring of Honor when they do their shows on the for people that don't know, over on Honor Club, they stream all their house shows now as part of their deal on Honor Club. And at the end of the day, it's glorified house shows. If you want to watch their house shows, watch their house shows. It's not a big deal. It's a cool feature if you want to watch them, But if you have no interest or don't have the money and you don't want to do it, like I don't have the money to pay for that monthly right now, but it's a cool concept. But that's what this was. This wasn't as bad as an MSG show they once did. That was bad.
Mm-hmm.
That really strange, Bray Wyatt Undertaker match that was supposed to happen. It didn't happen. It was a weird show. Or wasn't that Big Show Brock Lesnar with that MSG show? That terrible MSG show that they aired? Of all MSG shows that they air, that was the worst one. They couldn't give us a great holiday week MSG show. They gave us that crap. But anyway, the Australia show. Back to Australia. Overall, I thought the show was good. If the crowd was hot, and it was 70,000 plus people in that place. That's insane. And by the way, that venue apparently could hold up to 100,000 people for cricket matches.
Holy crap.
Uh-huh. It can hold that many. I'm surprised. I think that building was also used for the Olympics. So.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
For Olympics and the opening ceremony and that, and they filled that place up to 100,000 people for the Olympics. So, that's crazy when you think about it. And they fit over 70,000 people for wrestling. So, and there were people arguing with the number. I'm like, I don't argue with the number because if you look at it, they tarped off a bunch of seats for the set. So, I'll go with that number, personally. Overall, the show was good. I mean, I enjoyed the Iconics. That was a cool moment. Somebody actually said that the Iconics should have healed up on Melbourne because they're from Sydney. And there's a natural feud between Sydney and Melbourne, and they should have healed it up and had some fun, and people were expecting it, and they didn't. So that kind of disappointed the people. Buddy Murphy was the fucking star. Oh my god. Buddy Murphy was a big star. I don't know what shocked me more. The crowd reaction to Buddy Murphy or Cedric Alexander losing.
Yeah, right.
Those are the most shocking things on the whole show. I enjoyed the Shield match. I like the story. I love Ambrose right now. Ambrose is my favorite character on Raw right now because you don't know what the fuck he's thinking, and I love it. It's such an interesting story they're telling with Ambrose. The Shield was good. The women's match left something to desire. I love the Riot Squad, and I love Ronda. I don't like the Bellas as much as everybody else seems to. And but a quick story about the Bellas. So Mandy was at an event last week, and apparently she was wearing a wrestling shirt. She was wearing a Nia Jax shirt. So someone came up to her about wrestling talk, and if you're a wrestling fan, you open up wrestling talk, and somebody wanted to know because they wanted to know if she knew the Ultimate Super Showdown because she hadn't had a chance to watch it yet. And someone asked her, "Did the Bellas win their match?" And she's like, "Yeah, because of Ronda. You know, Ronda's not going to lose." And apparently they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy the Bellas won." I'm like, and she's like, the Riot Squad, they're just not ready to be pushed. I'm like, and Mandy literally jumped on him. I'm still proud of Mandy for this, defending the Riot Squad. Because the Riot Squad have been together for so long now. And the fact that Ruby Riot's like a long-time indie wrestler and all this crazy stuff. And Liv Morgan, we watched grow up in NXT. We watched her grow up. Ruby Riot was main eventing against Asuka. Over on NXT. Her and Nikki Cross were main eventing. Like, it was crazy. And then you're talking bad about the Riot Squad. I'm like, wow, Bella fans. They're ridiculous. They're absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, a little bit.
So we get to the end of the show. I feel bad for Daniel Bryan and The Miz if that match got cut for this. If the fact that Daniel Bryan and The Miz was 2 minutes and 35 seconds, the entrances were longer than their match. And that pisses me off. Triple H Undertaker. They went 27 minutes and 35 seconds, not including Taker's 10-minute entrance. Why the fuck did Triple H Undertaker go 27 minutes and 35 seconds, Sal? Why? Why did that match go longer than AJ Styles Samoa Joe? Why? And why did I watch it? Like, why did I sit and watch this match? Like, why did I sit and watch it thinking it was going to get better? Like, that's another question.
Because you were hoping and praying.
I mean, Shawn Michaels could not make this good. Like, and Shawn Michaels. So let me ask a question here. Going into this match, were Triple H and Shawn Michaels supposed to be the heels? Is that what they're supposed to tell me? The story of this match?
Yeah.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels supposed to be the heels because Shawn kept interfering, and then Kane kept looking like a. I don't know what the hell Kane was doing. Why did Kane go to this show? Like, what was he doing? Was he doing anything?
I think Kane was on his Apple Watch, taking care of mayoral duties.
Because I think he went through a table and was laying there for 7.5 minutes from someone said on one of the reports I listened to. He was laying in that table for 7.5 minutes.
As you do.
As you do. So the match ended with Shawn Michaels super kicking Taker, and then Triple H hitting him with a sledgehammer because it's apparently 1998, and then super kicking him again, and then getting into a pedigree for the pin. Because apparently we wanted to redo the ending of WrestleMania 28. That's what I learned this week. Because that's the exact same finish they tried to do at WrestleMania 28, except that the Taker actually kicked out and hit the tombstone. That's the difference. So Trips won, and nobody cared. Nobody cared. And then they all raised each other. This is annoying to me. They all raised each other's hands like they're doing a curtain call. Like they just did a play. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, what was that? And at this point, CJ, because we actually had plans on Saturday when we were watching, because we started the show about 9 o'clock in the morning, so we were a couple hours behind, so I was able to avoid spoilers, and I watched the whole show straight through, and he needed to take a shower. So I'm like, well, go in the shower, I'll let you know if anything happens. If anything goes, I think the show's going to go off the air. And they're celebrating like it's a fucking play. And they're bowing and doing whatever they do. And then Taker turns on Triple H because apparently that's what you do. And he hit a surprise tombstone. How the fuck did the man hit a surprise tombstone at 56 years old? I have no idea. And then Kane tombstones Shawn Michaels through a table. I mean, maybe he chokeslams Shawn Michaels through a table. Because apparently that's the sentence you must say. And we go off the air. What the fuck was that? Sal, what was that? Why? Why did we watch that? Please answer me this. Why did we watch that?
You completely just disappeared for like a whole minute. What did you say?
I said, why did we have to watch that bullshit?
Because we're sheep and we're going to watch it anyway.
It's annoying. It really is annoying. So,
what the hell is this?
You don't recognize this music? It's the theme song from the Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
Because we're time traveling, apparently, people. Because when we start up Raw, Raw.
It's too early in the morning for me to process your puns. I know, I can't stop laughing because it's hysterical.
I wanted to use Back in Time, but it didn't fit the theme that I wanted to go with this instead.
I thought this was the intro to the next thing we're going to talk about.
Crown Jewel doesn't have a pay-per-view theme yet. Doesn't have one yet. So, apparently, we open up Raw with Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Triple H in an outfit straight out of 2002, and Shawn Michaels looking like he's in his feud with Chris Jericho in 2008. And they get in the ring, and they start talking about Undertaker and Kane, and they just happen to have brand new DX t-shirts ready because in the most unceremoniously way ever, Triple H asks, "Are you ready?" And he says, "I know Shawn is, but are Undertaker and Kane ready for DX at Crown Jewel?" So that was the most unceremonious way of announcing Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement ever. It was so unceremonious. It was so
Seriously.
One would think this would be a bigger deal in 2002 when he came back at SummerSlam. So,
or the return of Hornswoggle.
That was a bigger deal, I think, than this. So, Shawn Michaels is coming out of retirement. DX is reforming. T-shirts remain apparently on the flight home from Australia because they were automatically up on Chop Zone immediately after. I mean, minutes after the T-shirts were available on Shop. What the fuck? Why is DX reforming? Why is the DX versus the Bros of Destruction in 2018?
I don't know. I mean, here's my complaint. Okay, so Shawn Michaels thing. Okay, how many times have we heard? Oh, one more match, blah blah blah. You're really gonna have him come back after all these years, come out of retirement for this crap-ass tag match?
Well, Shawn said recently that if he was going to come back, he wouldn't come back for a singles match right now. He didn't think he could pull it off. Fine. Okay. How much fucking money is the Saudi prince paying Shawn Michaels? I'm dead serious about this sentence. I'm not even joking. Like, it sounds like I'm always making fun of this, and I know the Saudi, and we'll get into Saudi Arabia in a second, but, like, how much fucking money is Shawn Michaels getting for this? Like, he said he'll never come out of retirement. He'll never come out of retirement. What the fuck is he getting paid for this? Like,
is he getting paid from them, or is he getting paid from WWE?
How it works, apparently, is the money Saudi Arabia paid for this shows. They paid for this 10-year thing with WWE.
Right.
And so they're paying for my... Actually, you know what? I'll give you something. I'll plug something. ProWrestling.net, the Boom podcast that went up on Wednesday. They had one of the guys from WrestleOnyx on their show. But I have to listen to their show. I'm interested in it. And they were talking about the Saudi deal. And apparently, it's processed to the fact that WWE got paid $150 million for these shows this year.
Right.
That's a lot of money. So, they can use that money then to pay the wrestlers from the Saudi money.
Wait, from just the 2 shows from this year?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, okay.
Yeah. You gotta understand why WWE's even doing these shows. That's a lot of fucking money for 2 wrestling shows. For 2 wrestling shows.
Okay.
So the money from the Saudi government is going straight to the wrestlers that they're bringing back for these shows. So yes, the Saudi Arabia is paying for this. And apparently, the Saudi prince is requesting wrestlers. Because apparently, the last show, he requested Yokozuna not realizing he was dead. That's a true story. That's not even a joke. That's not like a joke. That's a true story.
Okay.
He actually requested him and the Ultimate Warrior for the last show.
Oh my god.
That's how dead he is. That's why Braun Strowman won the Royal Rumble. It's because he wanted Yokozuna, and they gave him Braun Strowman instead. True story. So that's why Brock Lesnar is on this show, because they can afford him with the Saudi money. And that's why you can bring back Mayor Kane, and you can bring back Taker, and you can